Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining in. Really appreciate you all. Let us see what we can get up to today. I'm pretty excited, and I hope you all are too. As you'll see from the title, we're on Mars 4. So we died a couple times on the last playthrough, which was our first playthrough. So I figured we'd start over. Again on brutal, minimum supplies. We'll see how it goes. I'm thinking my thought for this is try not to die. And then I'll take your suggestions from chat. What are some penalties I can give myself for dying? Because I'm going to try my very best not to. Like, be extra careful with, like, pressurization and all that stuff. So, we've learned our lesson. We have to have a pressure regulator every time we're pressurizing anything. We're probably going to try to focus on that first. I'm going to pressurize our air vent. Or not our air vent. I'm going to pressurize our space to be able to eat and drink. And then we're going to start our greenhouse as soon as possible and make sure we outfit it with all windows. And I think that's probably going to be a pretty good start. My thought was to put frames on the backside. Oh, actually, why don't we let it get started loading up and I can talk it through. So my thought is to do 4 frames, kind of like a enclosed box cube, and then a 5th frame on top to pressurize that little space. Yeah, or kind of 4, but then one of them will be a door. So that's the thought, anyways. Duct tape away. Gonna get rid of the helper hints. Look at that, we started right on top of copper. We picked the round robin option, so I don't know where I am on the map. Well, this is actually... See, I wasn't lying last time when we said that it's very rare that you get a setup where you actually your crate is actually next to you. Alright, so let's just go up a little bit. I want to see, is there any... No, we're on a pretty flat plane. I'm not mad about this, actually. This is nice. Alright, so we're gonna take some frames. And my thought is that's where your sun is gonna come up. My thought is put the base somewhere like here. And then we can put the solar farm maybe in the back. Right? Yeah, because it's going to start here and then go that way. So the plan is... make a nice little pressurized space. And then that's a door. I think that's probably our best bet. I don't think we come with walls. Yeah. On second thought, I'm already doubting myself. So I feel like that's gonna make it awfully hard. Yeah, I don't think it's actually going to be that hard. Once I get capability up and running, we're going to get walls going, and I can enclose all of this with walls, and it should make it a little easier. So that gives us a space to do the whatchamacallit from. And then I can get rid of that. actually, no. Yep, no. I'm making the right call. I want to go back one. Yeah. My idea is to put walls around this, and then we can make it a lot easier to understand. And those down, grab those. Go. And then we'll use the bottom ones as framing. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't even really need these outside ones. I just need that guy. And I can grab these two frames. Put one there. That should be enough. Basically, we want to pressurize this. I have to put a door and then another door, and then this will be our little pressurized area for eating and drinking. And everything else doesn't actually need to be pressurized, which is perfect. I can put you away. And make sure we grab these. Put these in here. Put the food and water in here. And then make the frames. Arc furnace. Go. Go. Yeah, so it starts over here. Right? It makes its way that way. There. Right, gotta... That's that. Okay with it being that way. And we want it to face that way. Go. Yeah, that's about as good as you're gonna get, probably. And then all I gotta do is tilt this one. It should go that way. Alright. Feel pretty good about that. We had copper around us. Probably grind this up just to kind of get it out of the way. I like the light. It tells us where we need to go. I think this is water. So we'll hold off on mining that just yet. And then, oh right, probably good if we set up the power to actually we're gonna go straight up. And then crowbar to open that. Go. Okay. Take that battery, put it in there. Okay. Oh, right, didn't finish hooking it up. Go. No, we're not gonna go for walls. Gonna aim for furnace. 30 iron, 10 copper, and doors. 7 iron, 3 copper. So I need 14. Yeah, copper somewhere. It was just beside here. There it is. Oh, right. Can't forget to turn on chat. All right. Hey, Jabakathus. Yeah, good timing because I literally just turned on chat. Wow, that's couldn't have timed it better myself. I need to hide this so I can actually see chat. How's it going? We just started a new playthrough. Basically our second time playing through Mars. The first time ended with a lot of explosions, a lot of deaths. So just collecting some copper and getting started out. I think that's going to be a pretty good amount of copper. About gas collection. Again, I've only ever really played on the moon, so it was nice kind of getting a bit of a feel for like what the atmosphere feels like and how to deal with it. And it was nice. It was very interesting to play. We made do with the walking and then falling down a lot before, so I'm not gonna play around with that too much. Smelt some copper. We'll get like, I think it was 7, 6. Yes, yeah, thank you. I actually had that happen on the moon, so I've already learned about it. I ran all my water pipes internally the last time we did Mars, which was we literally were just playing for like the last week. I played like 4 or 5 streams in a row, doing the first Mars playthrough. But I died like 4 separate times. The last one was canisters exploding because I put the pressure regulators backwards. So I was like, you know what? That's probably a good place to stop. we'll pick it up again. We'll see how we can get it going. So I think this needed 6 to get 2 doors. And then what was the other thing? Furnace. Furnace requires 10 on its own. Okay, so need a little bit more. We just put 11 in there. That means we need 16. Okay. And hopefully the sun comes up and we can go see some iron. Right, the first thing we need is a pipe bender. So what I might do is put you on and just let you smelt. Because I'm not really trying to wander around in the dark if I can help it. But how's it going, Jabrothicus? Did you have a good weekend or week? Is your day just starting today? Alright, well, I guess I don't have much of a choice. I need to go find iron. It is gonna get us a pretty good amount. Sunlight to start with. probably should do this. And then I can put that away. Then I can grab this. Alright, so base is at 281. Oh, actually. Did this start with a battery? It did. Let us be smart about this. I'm gonna write down my coordinates for my base so I can keep track. That way I can try to find my way back. And we learned last time that apparently it's X and Z, X and Z, and not Y, which is what I was thinking it was going to be. We were lost for a good bit last time. Need some oxide, otherwise we can't pressurize our space. Full stack won't hurt. There you go. Good with that. No need to waste our suit battery on our headlamp. Oh wow, I wasted a bunch. Go. That's what we're looking for. Iron. I'll grab like 3 stacks of iron. And then while that's smelting in the arc furnace, we can look for gold. Matter of fact, actually, I should probably prioritize making the furnace so that smelting doesn't require power, and our lives will be so much easier. Because I feel like that's one of the things I didn't prioritize better last time. So yeah, if we just kind of scout around. Your copper. Yeah, I mean, we got really lucky. It seems like we started on top of a mountain. Could have been much worse. Oh, look at that. Gold. Right next to our base. We're also going to prioritize coal, because we can use coal solid fuel generators as power generation, so that'll be nice. Alright, so look at that, another one. There you go. Put the iron on to smelt. Yeah, iron. And that way I can prioritize the furnace. There we go. Have you start printing us a furnace. Furnace first. I need 1 more gram of iron. Of course I do. Don't purchase a second furnace, please. Go mine up some more gold while that processes. So we can do base building at night, but we can only do mining really during the day. Oh, look at that, found more gold, iron. Can we find more gold? Okay, so back to this mine it is. Alright, so feeling pretty good. I feel like we're making making pretty good progress. Want to get a door down, pressurize, start making walls, expand out a little bit. First, we gotta make the hydraulic pipe bender so we can get pressurized space because we need pipes. We don't start with any. Go. Go. Still not done. That's hilarious. Not seeing any volatile ice.
Power low.
Ooh, that might be this. Make this tough then. We need to focus on charging our large battery. Alright, so like that. So, pipe bender. So we can make some atmospherics. Keep turning it till we get really good efficiency. Nice. Alright, so what does a furnace take? 2 iron sheets, 2 iron sheets. We got those. Go, and then a welding torch. Okay, so I set them out of order. Okay. Pipe bender. Still nothing.
Hydration critical.
Oh right. We're gonna wanna put a wall here. Well, when that's done, I guess that's what we're doing. Six. Doors should put pretty fast. Although I should probably just put up a wall. Just waste some oxide. Go. And drop those down. Go.
Low pressure. Oxygen low.
And some water.
Power low.
Go. Composite door. And then make another composite door. Nope. Door. There you go. Now we have a nice little pressurized space that I can make. So I'm pretty sure doors are going to take source. Doors. Door. There we go. Composite door. Plastic sheets, glass sheets. So we need silicon, which we don't currently have. Turn off our headlamp. Yeah. So what I should have been doing was looking for silicon. We got distracted because I needed, whatchamacallit, water. Next we're going to need food, but that's okay. Silicon? Hell yeah, look at that. What are the chances? Oh, found gold. And silicon, nice. If we get even half a stack of silicon, we'll be in great shape. Stationeer gold. Never know where we're gonna find it again. And okay. Some extra gold. Now we're all looking for is volatiles. But I think time is better spent smelting our materials down so we can make our doors. And then we know we have a pressurized space. So 989. Oh, there we go. Look at that, it was actually really close. Alright, so I think we take a little bit of silicon. Probably take this hydraulic pipe bender. Go. What I might do. Take that frame out. We'll put it here. I can always make more frames. And then there's iron sheets. Plastic sheets, which is what we're going to aim to melt the silicon down with. Oh boy.
Power critical.
Like 10 grams of silicon. Yeah. So this is gonna get tough. Because I don't have another battery. I guess I could use that. Sheets. Uh, Plastic sheets. I bet they're in there, aren't they? Need 4. Need 2 glass sheets. Oh, you off. Screwdriver. That. We need the wire cutters in our hand to be able to join the wire together. Go. So with that, try to get as much sun as possible. Okay. And need more glass sheets. Yeah, glass sheets cost 2 grams of silicone each. Okay, so next thing we're going to look for is volatile ice. Without it, we can't do any smelting. Seeing lots more silicon. That's good.
Hunger caution.
Bauxite. Oh no, that's water ice. Just casually looking for volatile ice. Any volatile ice. Oh, I think I see some. I'm debating if jetpacking everywhere is going to help us not consume as much food because we're not having to run there. I think I saw some yet right there. Is that a celestial body or a crater? Meteor. Get like 2 stacks. Should hopefully be plenty to try to get some stuff smelted. You know what? We're gonna aim for 3 stacks. Aim for a little bit more oxide. Ooh, silver. Oh, right. It melted in our hands. That's funny. I could put this in our hands. Because we're going to need silver later. Makes it, excuse me, electrum. Full stack if we can help it. Just make it easier for making electrum. That's all. One more copper. We see iron our way up. We'll probably mine some more iron as well. It can't hurt. Matter of fact, actually, I'll mine some more silicon as well. So we can do the smelting at night. Now that we don't have to rely on power. That's lead. Make sure to try to come back for that. Perfect. To come out for some coal and for some iron. Make our first batch of steel. Make some solar panels. Make a battery. Be off to the races. Yeah, you know what? We can actually take. Well, focus on smelting first. We can take that frame down and we'll give ourselves another frame to walk on, which will be helpful. But first things first. Copper. Alright, so we're gonna chew away. Split 1, 2, 3. Bing, bang, boom. That's 0, which is what we expected. Ignite. And now it's not at 0. And we're going to take one of these. Ignite. Perfect. And so we're going to smelt iron. Bing, bang, boom. Gonna take some gold. Bing, bang, boom. Gonna take some copper. And it's still doing great. Lots of heat, very little pressure. We're doing awesome. Now I'm starting to get a little concerned. Lots and lots of stuff smelted what we can. Alright, and then what we'll work on is... you dropping? Oh, you are dropping. That's nice. So what we'll work on is getting pipe. So I can vent that and also... some iron. Like 10 pipe. Output. Go. That's what we're trying to alleviate right now, bud. Nope. Keep going the wrong way. Alright, so that should be clearing itself up. Yeah, perfect. And so... first things first is... steel? I think we've made ourselves steel. We can make steel walls, and I wouldn't feel as bad about making them walls. So we're gonna get a vent. Active vent. Gold and copper. Go. Need a passive vent as well. Vent. We're gonna put that out here. Go. Never did get to resituate our solar panel, so that's a bit of a bummer. But if I do this, does that save us any cable? I don't know, actually. Makes me feel better. Oh yeah, I like to use the active vent because I find that the valve closure and then a passive vent is not nearly as effective as me just powering this to draw it out. Because I can, if I really want to try to get it finicky, this is as close as you can get without an advanced furnace. You basically just emulate an advanced furnace. So I do set outward, yep, power on, and then it draws it out. And it's very nice. Helps me alleviate pressure. It's been very, very helpful. We were doing that on the last playthrough and it was fantastic. So I find that that's my best bet. Especially when you're trying to do things like electrum or solder or Constantin. It's been really helpful where I can get like just a little bit of a niche like pressure or temperature because a lot of what happens is I can actually draw inward, turn it on, and I can increase the pressure and then decrease the temperature just ever so slightly. So it's been very, very helpful. But yeah, so we're gonna pressurize that space. I'm gonna lock this down. And then one thing I'm wondering.
Hunger critical.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what it was. Yeah, I find that I really like being able to control it in a more finite manner, which actually ends up leading to one of the people that came in the other night was like, "Oh wow, you still don't have an advanced furnace?" And I was like, "Yeah, why would I?" Because like for me, it's not a big deal. Outward, inward. Go. And then one of the things we got to work on is getting um, got a pretty good pressure going. Make some water. Yeah, the thing is, I was really pushing for it on the last playthrough, and I felt like I was rushing to get everything else done to then get that done. And so this allows me to not have to worry so much about like breathing room. So the thing I think we want next is to get a passive vent to push the oxygen back in here, but I'm not as concerned about that. So yeah.
Temperature low. Low pressure.
Oh, forgot to close the helmet.
Oxygen critical. Pressure
There you go.
critical.
All
Temperature critical.
good, all good. I knew I was forgetting something, so lucky for us, I didn't forget it for too long. But yeah, so the thing that I'm thinking is probably going to be critical is getting steel up and running so we can try to get walls and then I don't have to feel so bad. So I think that's probably our best bet. Yeah. I'm thinking I put a wall here and I get rid of that frame. Oh right, we wanted to get rid of this frame. Why does that happen sometimes? Maybe you know, Discus. Why does sometimes when I right click on something, it'll go into my hand, but sometimes it won't? Like right click on that, it goes into my hand. Right click on this, it doesn't go into my hand. Why is that? Oh, is it because it doesn't have a battery in it? Is that what's different? They both have batteries. That's weird. I don't know. Weird, it's not letting me turn it on. Ah, fair enough. There we go. Alright, so that gives us a pressurized environment. I can build walls around that, and then I don't have to feel so bad. And that also means I can have a frame to go here. And I can grab these. That way we've created a pressurized floor that we can build walls against, and then we have a nice space to build into. Alright, so I think what I want to do is go find coal. Oh. And make ourselves some steel. Is that silver? It is silver, wow. Last playthrough we couldn't find silver to save our lives. Which reminds me, I should probably make an electronics printer. And we did want to make a vent. So let's do that real quick. To vent. Okay. And then what do I need for the other printers? Iron and copper. I have copper. And we have iron. That way you're printing while we're out. Come on, coal. Hey, look at that. It didn't even take that long. Amazing. So we get a full stack. We can take 3 stacks of iron and make it into 1 full stack of 100 or so steel, which would be great.
Power low.
Trying to find coal. Go, that's a full stack. Always come back for some iron. Another time. haven't tried that. I'll have to try that next. Because that's one of my major dislikes as well. So that's awesome to know. Okay, so we want steel. We want a printer. And we want a tool manufactory. Oh, interesting. So the tool manufactory doesn't count like all the other printers. That's curious. Are you charging? You don't seem to be. There you go. And need to make frames. Yeah, that's great. So what I was going to try to do was, what does steel need? 900, okay. Need a little bit of heat. Go. Need to go get some iron. Wait for you to finish printing so I can turn you off. Actually, it'd be really nice to get you up and running because I can get a mining backpack. Would I get you up and running? I might just be able to. I just have to steal cable. I'd have to put it back one farther. Okay, that's fine. Just need it real quick. Mining backpack requires iron.
Air tank low. Waste tank caution.
Dump the waste tank out. I should probably build mining backpack. Oops. That is not what I need you to do. Have some cable. Go. Go. Oh, nope. Want to put that inside. This needs to be on the outside. And just a little bit more cable. No, those are right. Five coils. Oh, running out of power. Is that what it is? Nothing is on, so you should be all good. Yeah, those are good. Cause oh wow, yeah, good call. I genuinely did not even see that. Look at you. And match that. I guess so, yeah. I was like, no, those are fine. But yeah, apparently not. So this one's probably going to be the one that's tough, because... Yeah. I might not be able to do that. What I might do, though, is eat and drink while I can.
Temperature low.
Oh. I thought this was still still nice and balmy in here. Go.
Temperature high.
Yeah, I know, right? Go.
Low pressure. Oxygen low. Oxygen critical.
Okay. Ah, shoot. I put the wrong cartridge away.
Air tank critical.
Yeah, we know. Spherics need copper. And then crusher. Go. Current air tank capacity. Oh yeah. Ran out of power. Tiny bit of pollutant,
Oxygen
mostly
low.
oxygen.
Low pressure. Oxygen critical. Toxin detected. Low pressure. Oxygen critical. Toxin detected.
That's okay.
Oxygen low. Oxygen critical. Low pressure.
Alright, so what I need Oh, I don't think this is gonna work. I think I'm crashing out.
Cognition low. Pressure critical. Cognition critical. Low pressure.
Ah, son of a bitch. Exit. RIP. Yeah, so I made the mistake. What I need to do is 6 o'clock. Yeah, we'll start all over. What I need to do is focus on oxygen first. That's right. I forgot about that. Pipe bender, oxygen, because that's what we did last time. So I need to focus on oxygen. Because that's what killed us the very first time we played Mars. I tried it out a little bit and I was just suffocating. And I forgot all about that this time. So, brand new start. And so that's where the sun's coming up. There you go. Made ourselves a little enclosed space. Pressurize. Hopefully pretty easily. And all I have to do is there you go. Pressurized. Got a little platform to build on. And then my idea is to build it out one more. This guy. Hopefully that doesn't disrupt anything power-wise. That? Yeah, perfect. Oh, wow. Yeah. That sounds pretty interesting. I can already see a problem with this. Ah, perfect. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do anyways. Oof. Yowza. Alright, so go look for some iron real quick before the sun goes down. Try to grab some gold and some copper. Coal isn't a bad idea either. Copper. Need like 25-ish, 30. Ooh, more copper right next to us. Very nice. Some oxide. Is that water? That's water. Gold. Perfect. At least a half a stack of gold, I think. Aim for like 30. And then, like I said, we'll aim for pipe bender, and we're going to push for a way to preserve oxygen. Do oxide. Yeah, so furnace is not as important as getting oxygen up and running. And a door. Door wouldn't be bad either. So that's the arc furnace. And that's our auto lathe. That should be good. And welder. Go. Welder again. And screwdriver. And need this and this. No, this is take 3. Or 4, technically. So Discus was here when we just perished. They made the fatal mistake of not prioritizing oxygen first. Did I put that backwards? Shit, looks like I did. Yes! That's a very accurate way of putting that. That's funny. Alright, so... get some iron going. Pipe bender. Need 20 iron, 2 gold, and 10 copper. So it just gave you a full stack of iron, I think? No, couldn't have been full stack, because already done. That's 16. That's funny. Get like 5 gold. Actually, you won't, because I'll focus on getting copper. Now you have everything except for 4 grams of iron and some copper. It's like, I'm taking you down with me. Death or glory. I was gonna say. Alright, so... yeah, exactly. No worries. I mean, I could probably speak for Dex. We're not going to take offense. Throw all this in here. Gonna need to focus on a door next. And then the idea is put another door on the other side of this once we have enough sustainability. First things first is going to be trying to get oxygen set up. I think an atmospheric with a passive vent. Yeah, exactly. Instead of just like being slow and methodical. That's very funny. You're kind of like me. I didn't mean to struggle like that, but I forgot what I had done in the last run that made it so successful. It's because I had played directly after having just dramatically failed the first Mars run. which was that I literally did exactly this. I was playing off stream. I tried it out a little bit, and I did exactly this setup. And I was like, all right, good. And then I put a wall down. I was doing a bunch of other stuff. Didn't realize. Oh, apparently you stopped in the middle. That's a bummer. What we're gonna do is gonna trade you. Give you that. That's sad. We were halfway through. Nope, nope, can't do that. Find some more oxide. There we go. Come on, I want to get this printed. And I'm hesitant to turn on anything else until it's done. I want you. Oh, right. Should probably change that so I don't print out a bunch. That is true. I think it's 60 degrees, 70-ish, 80, might be 80. But right here-ish. There you go. That should help us catch a little bit of the morning sun. And
Power low.
yeah, it's gonna be. So we need to focus on like an atmospherics unit and an active vent. And I should better get a pipe utility kit and then we better pressurize from the atmosphere, because again, I keep playing this like I'm on the moon where there is no atmosphere. I have to remember, I think there's oxygen, if I'm not mistaken, in the atmosphere. So I should better just take this bad boy. Yeah, there's mostly carbon dioxide, so it's going to probably take us a while. But that's not a bad place to start. Yeah. So my figuring is that I should better get that done. You're at 61%. So I need plastic sheets. Plastic sheets. Do we have any silicon? I thought we did. Oh, no, I didn't find any silicon. Well, that's going to make this interesting. I got to tear you apart to make you. To provide us a active vent and a filtration unit. No, 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 no. Discus, I'm still very much learning the game, so that'd be very cruel to put me through that. What was I looking for? Right, I was trying to take this apart, wasn't I? And Oh, okay. Never mind. We can go look for silicon. I was thinking we weren't gonna have enough time to get daylight. Back. We'll look for some silicon. Oh, I still don't think I've hit it. Did I not post the right thing? Oh, no, yeah, the message still says halfway there. Still at like 12 or 13. Making our way through. Alright. Like a half a stack or so of silicon. Ah, no. Not until I learn the game anyways. I really need silicon. There we go. 31. There we go. With that. Oh, heading the wrong way. Ah, that's funny. Some extra copper. So we always seem to run low. Oop, this whole time I hadn't had that turned on? That's hilarious. It's very sad. Alright, so sheets, plastic. Go. Alright, so put all those down. Take the iron sheets. Cable coil. And screwdriver. That gives us our blade bender. Go. Atmospherics. Iron, gold, and copper. I need 4 more gold and 20 copper. are you not generating any power? Oh. Yeah, it's charging. There you go. Just a little bit more gold. Okay. The rest of that gold going. What I might do is go grab us a bunch of iron. Copper next to us, that's great. Oh, volatiles. Yeah, we should. I have to get off in about 15 to 20 minutes for the night, but I think we'll make it. That's why I was a little hesitant to start over, but I was like, you know what? I'd rather have a good start.
Hydration critical.
Let's see. Go round up some iron real quick. We're still at 19% for hydration, so I'm not too worried. I get like 3 stacks of iron. That way we can hopefully find a stack of coal and then won't feel so bad. Make some steel the next time we come back. Here we go. I think the power's on the back. So we're going to look at pipe, utility. Need 5 iron. And I think that's the output. So, oops. Could make that. Go. And power. Vent. And we'll look into an ice crusher next. Should make it way easier. Go. And then need a passive vent. Don't have enough iron. Alright, so I needed screwdriver and cable coil. Oh, this always happens, man. Thanks, Discus. We love you too. Alright, so I think I should be able to make just I think we're just gonna have to sacrifice just a tiny bit of our iron. Yeah, I really wish it would be like the first thing that comes out of that instead of like the last thing. Oh man, I didn't have to sacrifice any of it. That's okay. I'll put it away. I was thinking to myself, I swore I had more iron. Mass event. Alright, so bing bang boom. There. Wall. I lasted 30 days last time, guys, so let's have a little bit of faith, okay? food. Drink some water. Okay. I have to waste that precious, precious oxygen. Don't think I can walk through that, so we're gonna have to put it down. And that kept us alive just a little bit longer. Exactly. And my hope is to get iron out. Let's do that too. And there's a canister. The canister in there. And then I gotta focus on I have not heard of that. Interesting. What's it about? Copper. Yeah, my trouble is I'm kind of stuck not really buying anything for the foreseeable future. Alright, so that's that. All that's off. We need filters. For oxygen. Sorry. No, you're fine. You're doing great. Inward. Alright, so first things first, we're going to turn both of those off. Go, and then we're going to look at regulator. Right now I'm just trying to pressurize this to get a little bit of doing great. Pressure regulator. We can slap that bad boy in here. Amazing. Alright, so we're gonna cut you out for a second. Then, oh, I need more cable. Yeah, we're gonna worry about that later. Because my main idea is to put an ice crusher in here, and then I don't have to worry about it at all, because it'll go really fast. For now, I'm just trying to make sure this doesn't overpressurize. So, crusher. Need 1 more gram of iron. Yes, we are going to use that. What is happening? You take a lot of power? Is that what's happening? I think that's exactly what happened. I didn't realize I left you on as well. Alright, well, I think that's where we're going to end for tonight. That was really, really fun. Hopefully you all had a blast. I know I did. And yeah, we'll be back Friday, probably playing some with Dex and Darth. But otherwise, I might get on sometime this week. So we'll see. Be on the lookout. Love you all. Bye. Gonna just set this up really quick for the input. Thanks, bud. Try my very best. Right there is good, I think. Yep. All right. So we're gonna need to build cable and pipes and all that good stuff to get that up and running. But that should get us in a really good place to be able to pressurize that tank, and then we'll have a good steady supply of oxygen. And all we gotta do is make sure we get like Discus was saying, we can get inline tanks set up, and that way we can pressurize a bunch of oxide, and we're not just putting it into our canisters. We can put it in inline tanks and then pressurized canisters, which will be really helpful. All right, thank you all, and see you in not that long, a couple days from now.